Hi everyone, welcome back to the TMDSAS Application Workshop Series. In this video, we're focusing on your activities and experiences. So this section of the application is where you show admissions committees not just what you've done, but how those experiences have shaped you. So the activities section is more than just a list of experiences. It's how you demonstrate your preparation for a career in healthcare through your involvement, your growth, and your impact. Each entry should help answer a key question. What did you do and what did you gain from it? Within the application, you can write those descriptions either as a story format, a paragraph, or in bullet points. But it is about that narrative that you're creating, showing what that activity has meant to you, what you did, and what you gained from it. Do refer to the specific information in the TMDSAS application guide. There is a link below in the description. You'll want to look at that application guide for more details on each activity section, as well as what the character count limit is for entering information into the description of those activities. And you don't need to enter the contact information in the activity description. So that may be something unlike other application services if you've used. So let's take a look at those categories for your activities, the categories that are in the application. TMDSAS organizes activities into these specific categories: academic recognition, non-academic, leadership, employment, research, healthcare, and then there are some specialized experience fields there for those dental applicants and veterinary applicants. There is a section for community service, extracurricular activities, manual dexterity applies for dental applicants. And then we'll talk a little bit more about those meaningful activities and entering planned activities. When deciding where to place an activity, focus on its primary purpose or impact. For example, a research assistant role belongs under research, clinical exposure, like scribing belongs under healthcare activities. However, some positions may fall under different categories. A leadership position may go under leadership, even if it was actually part of a service organization. But ultimately, it's up to the applicant to choose a category that best reflects what the experience meant for you, not just what it was called. And here's a look at what the layout within the actual application will be, where you're entering that information. You don't need to include everything, but you should include what matters, right? Strong activities are those where you made a meaningful connection, contribution, you gain insight into healthcare, experience personal and professional growth in any of these categories. But ultimately, a helpful approach is to ask, what value did this experience have for you? What did you learn? How did you grow? Basically, your personal connection to that activity, as this is a chance for you to relay that information to the schools. Also, just a little tip, it is okay to group smaller or shorter term experiences together. For example, like miscellaneous shadowing or general community service if it was throughout different organizations or locations. Now, I would like to take a moment to talk about writing strong descriptions, as this is where many applicants may miss an opportunity. Avoid simply listing those activity duties or job experience duties, research activity duties, but instead focus on what you actually did, the impact of your actions, what you learned from the experience. As the goal is to help the reader understand your perspective, not just a list of your responsibilities. A helpful structure can be the STAR method. That method perhaps you've heard us speak about before, but that stands for situation, task, action, result. If you're focusing on those 4 sections, STAR, situation, task, action, result, This can help you clearly explain your role and your role. And as the TMDSAS application will go into more detail, you can cross-list activities. Some activities may fit into more than one category, and that's okay. For example, a leadership role within a volunteer organization could appear under leadership, as well as community engagement. It's just up to you to choose how you are wanting to reflect and what you are wanting to reflect for each activity, the aspects that you are wanting to reflect. If you choose to include an activity in more than one category, it is recommended that you don't just copy and paste the same description, as you'll want to highlight different aspects of your role within each separate entry based on where you're entering that under activities. I'll just give you another look at within the application how this will appear after you enter your activities. As you can see, there are some test activities entered under research. As I showed you before, you're entering this information within this screen. This one's filled out as a test, right? So this is what it looks like. You're entering that information and then you are clicking at the bottom, add activity. Once you do that, you'll be taken to this page here where you'll see all of those activities listed under research that you have entered, if you're entering multiple activities there. And you'll have the option to go in and edit those or save and continue on to the next section. Now, we get a lot of questions about current activities versus planned activities because you will be entering both of those within the application. So again, there is a detailed description within the application guide on this, but current activities are the activities you are engaged in until the application deadline, that TMDSAS October 1st deadline, or for veterinary, that is August 31st. The planned activities are activities that then you plan to engage in after that application deadline through your matriculation into medical, dental, veterinary school. So thinking about your current activities is everything up until this October, and then things that are between that and the time that you would matriculate into med school the following summer as your planned activities. And I know a lot of folks are worried, well, what if these activities change? That's okay, just enter your planned activities to the best of your knowledge. And if anything changes, just keep a log of those changes, and then you can share that information with the schools during your interviews, as you won't be able to go in and update those activities after submitting your TMDSAS application. And if you currently participate in activities that you plan to continue beyond the application deadline, you should enter it as both a current and planned activity. So under the activity section, you're listing that current information, say it's a research opportunity, you are listing that information up through that October 1st deadline for medical and dental students, and then under planned activities, you'll just continue from that October date through the following summer date. Another question we get is entering those activities that you may have engaged in over short periods of time, but over a longer span of time. So for example, if you're volunteering at a summer camp over multiple summers, you can either list that as one cumulative entry, or you can list them as separate entries. So again, it's up to the applicant how they want to list that experience information within the application. Talking a little bit about shadowing and healthcare experiences, those experiences are especially important for demonstrating your understanding of the field, right? So when describing those experiences, remember to talk about what you've learned, right? Going beyond what you observed, reflecting on what you learned about patient care, teamwork, healthcare environment. These are all things that we have heard from those admissions committee folks from the TMDSAS schools. And there are several videos that I will also link to in the description below from past cycles where members of our team have been talking to guest panelists from some of the schools who elaborate on their perspective on activities. Again, here is that list of activities there. So looking at the bottom there, meaningful activities then is a different section where you're able to reflect on your most meaningful activities, highlighting the experiences that have the greatest impact on your path to healthcare. That's an opportunity to show deeper reflection for those key activities that you are highlighting as your most meaningful. Connecting your experiences in those activities to your motivation and adding dimension beyond your personal statement essay, perhaps. So it's just another opportunity, another section of the application where you're able to collaborate and reflect on your experiences and talk about thoughts for the schools to read that information within your application. All right, now I want to talk about a few common mistakes to avoid. So like I mentioned before, if you're treating this section like a checklist and you're just listing point blank job description, job responsibilities without any reflection on that, right? You're only focusing on the hours or titles of those activities without making use of the text box where you get to enter more description about it. Copying descriptions across categories is another common mistake we'll see. Not explaining what you learned or trying to fill every category just to have something in every category. Because remember, quality and clarity do matter more than quantity. So it's about those activities you are choosing to present, not how many hours you can possibly list in every single category. So something to consider. So as you prepare your activity section, take time to reflect on your experiences and how they've shaped your path. And for more detailed guidance, be sure to review the TMDSAS application guide linked below. In the next video, we'll have a live Q&A about the entry year 2027 application updates and changes with special guest panelists from the TMDSAS Application Content Enhancement Committee. So that will be a great one to tune in and ask any questions that you have as we will announce those application updates and changes for this year. And as always, if you have questions regarding the topic we talked about today, do drop those questions below. I also have the list here of our upcoming workshops. Our upcoming workshops are listed here. We've crossed out 2 so far, 3 now, that we talked about activities and experiences. And next week, key updates the application. After that, we'll be talking about how to enter coursework, letters and test scores, residency, essays, special session for reapplicants and non-traditional applicants, and then our last one there being before you submit your application. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.